Check, check, check. Is this thing on? Shout out to each and every one of you for coming on into the live. Thank you so much for being here and kicking it with the cryptolifer. We are together. We are live. Let me bring that light down just a bit. We're a little spotty there. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time, baby. Without your time, you got nothing else. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to each and every one of you. Good morning. Hey, the Max actually on this morning. Bang, bang, bang. Good morning. Time to DCA into Bitcoin. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, DXY dumping. Love the lemons floating. Love that. 333 on the lemons. Bang, bang, bang. Quick, everyone, go hit that like button and show the lifer some love. Shout out to Chrissy Fouts in the game. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We got Benny Boy 07. We got Roddy Robinson, the real dad bod. We got all my moderators. Chris Ray in the house. Shout out to the Gold Blooded. Shout out to Dingo Bodina, my man, up in the house. Shout out to CNC Ireland. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time with the Cryptolifer. We're going to break it down. We're going to show you what we did in the trading group last night. We're going to show you what we talked about. If you watched my live stream last night, I had to come to terms with exactly what I said. See, most YouTubers, I don't know if they have to do that. I have to come to terms with exactly what I said last night. Let's break it down. What did the lifer say? What was I spewing out the face here, right? Well, first of all, if you're in my Discord, break it down. I like to show my Discord right off the bat because my Discord is my life. I built it. It's everything. It's like my dream house. I put my whole life and soul into this Discord, and everything I do is the Discord. Look, funny bit of news here. AMC Entertainment holding stocks dip ahead of the company's new class of shares called APE, S8, debut on the New York Stock Exchange. Yahoo Finance reports AMC stock plunges ahead of APE debut. Cineworld troubles. That's funny, right? Why are they using APE? You think that's a coincidence that they're going to go into APE? Pretty interesting to me. Something to break down. So, Bitcoin update part 1, part 2. 2 Bitcoin updates, each in depth, each really breaking it down for you. Last night, I was doing everything I could to figure out where Bitcoin was going to go. We looked at it over and over again. At one point, I called short. I put out a phantom short. I thought the phantom short, I didn't think the chart conveyed that the phantom short would break to the upside based on the time frame that we're looking at, based on the 1 hour time frame. We take a look at the phantom short, the dot short. Dot was in this flag. Dot will go up 20% on a wick, still holding. It's right now about 11% gain. So the shorts played out. Phantom 3S as well. Matic 3S. Multiple 3S tokens to the upside. We talked about Phantom 3S. Banging on them. Look at it. It's about to move even more. Right now it's up 22% with movement on the 4 hour. No real reason to close this short. If it can get above this resistance, my, oh my, oh my. Phantom, baby. Phantom. So we called the short on Phantom up 22%. We called the short on Bitcoin, right? And we even explained exactly how to do it last night. I talked about how you would play a short with the 3S token based on what Bitcoin's doing. And so we're teaching people how to short. A lot of people shorted for the first time in their life in the trading group, right? So up 3.6%, still holding a total of 5.9. And then I showed you how you can get more out of the altcoins. If you can get 5% out of Bitcoin, then you can get like 10, 20% out of the altcoins. You can get even more. I want to kind of move this mic so it's not in front of the pocket square or the tie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you wear both for a reason, right? Maybe I could swing it over here and then give it a bit of a move there. That's not too shabby. Move it up a little bit. Shout out to each and everybody. How's the audio doing? Could we go louder to the audio without a bit of a move? I am traveling with a travel setup. For the last 3 weeks, I've been traveling. You got to give me some credit here. I'm in a short, but down a bit. Should I close yet or hold? I will never tell you what to do with your short. Can't block that beautiful tie, man. Thank you so much for saying that. Even this little like line across it. I wish I could get my headphones. I guess I could do my headphones behind, you know, swing it, whatever, open them up. I feel like $1 million today. I really do. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. Let's take a look. Old lemon water. Not gonna cut it. Not gonna cut it. So I got no lemon water for the day. I forgot to get my water. It happens. On the good side of yours, thank you for your time. You wear your heart on your sleeve and you love the Lifer family. We appreciate you. Come to Denver. I can't wait to come to Denver. Audio is perfect. How's it going? Shout out to Hannah King. Shout out to Anku Kutsi Butsu. Thank you so much. Honestly, everyone want to know how's it going. It can be stressful as a social media person. I want to make it be clear. You know, you get slandered by random people who say you said things you didn't say. You have people who claim that you said this to that or that to this, and it can get crazy. You know, then certain people that like you start to ignore you. You don't know why they're ignoring you. It gets in your head. I've been going through a lot of stress the last 3 or 4 days, I'll be honest. A lot of stress just in my mind, and then I have to push all that out and focus on the charts. I can't really let anything get in my head. I tell my wife, I tell my family and friends that to run the job to run the world and the trading group I do, I need complete focus. I have 800 people that need my complete focus at all moment of the day, and if I lose my focus, what happens, right? Everything starts to fall apart. And so I protect my mental so much. What I put in, who I keep around me, what I listen to, the energy that surrounds me. I make sure to keep myself surrounded by positive people. You know, whenever I'm down and out or something's going on, you know who I call? Rodney Robinson. Or if I'm just in the middle of the day and I'm in between and I don't know where I'm going, up or down, I call Rodney Robinson. He will always put me in a good mood. Everyone needs a Rodney Robinson in their life. Shout out to Rodney. I love you, man. You help me, bro. You have help, bro. You ain't alone, man. You got a great team. Just look above, bro. The devil's a liar and the father of all lies. Exactly, man. Focus. That's what I drive. You know, the other day I was around someone who was denouncing God. He's like, I denounce God. My life's been great. And I said, because God loves you that much. Like, he knows you're ignorant. You know what I'm saying? He knows you don't know it all. He knows you may denounce him and he still will love you. But the thing is, I was more worried about I'm not worried about the person that doesn't believe in God. I'm more worried about the person that doesn't believe in the devil. Because when you don't believe in God, then you don't believe in the devil. And if you don't believe in the devil, that's like not thinking someone can pickpocket you and putting your wallet in your back pocket. Not believing in the devil, to me, is detrimental to your health because you never know. Look, are we making an inverted head and shoulder on the Bitcoin short? Possibly. Shoulder, head, maybe a right shoulder here. Just projecting an idea there into the abyss, right? So we do have to pat ourselves on the back. Last night was a tough call, and I called the short, and we were able to nail the shorts. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to my team for doing the gains. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to DJ Porter Rock. Shout out to John. Shout out to everybody working hard behind the scenes. Appreciate each and every one of you. 20% on DOT3S. Bitcoin 3S 5.6. 16% on Gala 3S. And Phantom, the big winner, up 23.7%. Bang, bang, bang. So we nailed 3 shorts. And every single chart I posted last night went to the upside. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really look at longing any altcoins. I was looking at only shorting the market. Likes under 50%. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here. How can you denounce the moment? You can't stop inhaling and exhaling. So your participation in the internal is undeniable. That's what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? You're inside of the moment as you're alive in the moment. How could you not be alive? To me, it's not even about this ethereal thought process. It's right here. It's right here. It's the present moment in time at any given moment, right? Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What everybody wants, the elephant in the room, Bitcoin. I need some water desperately. I need some water. I forgot to get my water. Okay. So let's take a look at what I was looking at last night. So I already broke down what I was thinking about to my crew, right? And what I was looking at. And why we figured out how to short the market. If you'd like to watch, I suggest you watch yesterday's video. Yesterday's video is a perfect video of how to figure out how to short a market. Honestly, it's like perfect because we figured it out and then we came out victorious the next morning. So if you want to know how to short a market or you're not sure, if you've never shorted, you watched last night's live stream. Last night's live stream had so much information in it. It was full packed. It was basically a tutorial session. Get in there and get it, you know. Love everyone in here so much. Always seeking love and blessings to everyone here right now. Devil lived backwards, right? Send in your super chats for a deep dive or TA. Support the stream. Lifer gives his knowledge 7 days a week to build and teach the Lifer family worldwide. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Shout out to Emery Thompson. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I can't wait for some water. Can't wait for some sweets. You're funny. Shout out. I can wait for some water. Can't wait for some sweets. You're funny. Short went overbought. Exactly. Bitcoin bouncing off a bearish retest. Let's get them likes up. Spread the love. All right. So let's break down what's happening here for Bitcoin. So I found this channel. Here's your top trend line. Here's your bottom trend line. Clear as day. We fell below it. We tried to get back in the channel. To me, we bearishly retested the channel there. We bearishly retesting the channel there. We're making a bit of an M pattern here. 15-minute is pointing to the downside. Looks like the short will continue. Now, I did make a possible right shoulder here. I'm open-minded at all times, any given moment in time here for what could possibly be occurring. I looked at the 7-minute. The 7-minute did want to make a pump, so I called, hey, it looks like the 7-minute will break out. I called this about an hour ago. The 7-minute did, in fact, break out, but I said we must get above my green zone to remain bullish. If Bitcoin can't get above 21,000, 400, 350, you're bearish. We got rejected by that area yet again. Bitcoin consistently makes a higher high, a lower high, and can't get above the previous resistance. Look, bounce, made a high. Came back down, couldn't get above this high. Bounces back down, can't get above that high. This is a downtrend, my friends. Clear as day. All right, you have a high, you have a low, you have a lower high. Now you're going to put in a lower low. More than likely, somewhere down into this area. All right. And my measured move for the low is $20,022. Why is that the measured move? Because I took the length of this pole. Really conservative pole. I mean, and it could even be bigger. I'm going to stop there from now and see where we go. You see what I'm saying? So I called a short yesterday. We nailed it. Doesn't mean every time I'm right. But if you play the probabilities, you should be right most of the time. I play probabilities that are 68% right. And then I think I add about an 80. I think I can add a 12% probability to that by using stochastics RSI, support and resistance, and more. So by doing those things, I'm able to figure out highly likely where Bitcoin's going to go. Using the POCs here on the right with the VPVR will also give you a huge edge over the market, seeing where the order book is, all right? Also, coupling this with BOOKMAP has really changed the game for everyone here on the stream. BOOKMAP is amazing. They contacted me. They said, hey, I like your style, but I think you could do even better if we give you some more tools to the trade. I said, let me know. Let me know. They said, let's get it down. So we formed a beautiful partnership with BOOKMAP. Look, right here, 21,500. They want to bring us to that area. There's more liquidity there. There's more liquidity down here. See, the heat map is battling, but you can see 20,005 is really where we're likely to go. There's just more liquidity down here than up here. Really no more orders. You can see how they're kind of keeping the price tight. But look, 20,006, 20,008, 20,009. And I'm going to talk about those areas right now on the weekly chart as well. So that's a bearish retest right there. This is a bit of an M pattern. You're not able to get above the previous high. Not a good sign. Also, the 15-minute bearish cross right here to the downside. I would be shorting this market. I've been short since last night. There'd be no reason to close the short. If you're still in a short, I keep the stop loss to break even and keep moving. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You can't do anything that a YouTuber tells you to do. If you're still in a short, you got to do whatever makes you happy. If I was still in a short, I would keep the short open. But again, that's what I would do. I don't know what you would do. All right. Just like I know how to swim, so I would jump off a bridge and go swimming. You might not know how to swim. You might not be able to jump off that same bridge and go swimming. We don't know what you know as compared to what I know. We're not exactly the same, right? Okay, crypto. Is there any risk trading leveraged tokens apart from the fact that they are leveraged? Is there any other risk? Honestly, there really isn't. They can depeg sometimes. They'll send you an email and say, yes, they're going to like deratio the token. That is a risk. So you don't want to hold them for months at a time, all right? That's the one thing. You can't hold them forever. You can scalp with them in and out every 2 to 3 days, in my humble opinion. A week or two at the most is how long I would hold a 3L token. I don't even think I've ever held one that long, you know? Bought Bitcoin in Jamaica at $20,890. It's pretty cool to buy it in Jamaica, you know? Happy that you went out there. Shout out to Gregory the Sniper. Looked like he went to Jamaica, Montego Bay, baby. Best TA in the wilderness. Shout out to Laura Marshall. I love that. Legend Emperor, they periodically rebalance, so you can't hold them long. But they normally send an email when they are going to do it. Yeah, they do send an email when they're going to rebalance. The real question is, do you get the dog back to its owner? We did get the dog back to the owner, and we got a text from them. Yesterday, we found a dog, everybody, in the street. You know, my wife had to say, hey, you know. And we got a text back from them. We'll cover it. But it said, thank you so much for saving Frankie. We feel so grateful for you and your compassion. We hope you have a wonderful vacation. You are lifesavers, they wrote. You know, like, we really did save a dog yesterday in the middle of the street. And we were on our way to the beach. We were a block away from a beach that has no parking. Like, everyone tries to get there, and there's just never any parking. And we knew the parking was going to be tight. So we got really close, and we got close, and then there was a dog on the street. Literally, I was a minute. I'm not talking 30 seconds away from the parking lot. And we could have been like, oh, but we want to go to the beach, but we're hot. But it's like, it doesn't matter what you want to do. There's a living being that could get hurt. And if there's a being that could get hurt, you need to step up and do the right thing for God. Like, that's it. There's no question at that point what you need to do. You do the right thing. There's no question what you need to do. You do the right thing every single moment in the day. You know? Man, I'm going to cry. If someone brought back my dog, I give them my portfolio. Dog dad for life, man. Does the kill zones, like all seasons, they use the Forex, make difference to the crypto market? I don't know what you're saying, but probably. Yeah, cryptolifer, you are technically brilliant watching from the UK. Thank you so much. You just boosted your karma points with that, bro. Just buy a shirt and park where you want to. Oh, man. Lifer needs a pop. God will remember that, Sam. Thank you. Move my crypto on a ledger. Canada trying to limit things on exchanges. Yeah, man. Canada's getting creepy, man. And they're right above us, so that freaks me out. They're not doing the American. They're scaring me, man. I don't like having, I don't even say it, but. So look, here's a bit of an M pattern. See, that's an M. It's heavy rejection. You can't get above the resistance. You know what I'm saying? You could try to say, okay, we're retesting. We broke out. We're trying to retest the support line. I'll give you that. I'm open-minded. But it's a bit of a stretch, 7-minute is resetting, though. Interesting enough. Now, one thing that was interesting was the S&P was looking somewhat bullish to me, So, let me delete the 5MA here. And so here's the deal with Bitcoin. You have clear resistance at 21,360. If in the next 4 or 5 hours, you can't get above that area, you short the market. It's simple as that, all right? So if you cannot get above 21,360, even 21,200 at this point, right? That's it. And look, you're about to break this node. See this node here? When you break a high volume node sticking out, you're likely to head down here to this next one. Just how it is. It's like a ball rolling down a hill, and I keep showing you that. Keep your head up, look at the ball. If the ball starts to roll, it's going to keep rolling. So once we break this support zone right here at 21,189, I would expect a move down to 20,800, all right? So I'm bearish until I have to switch at the present moment on the smaller time frames. Let's take a look at our Coinbase chart with our levels that we had on the daily time frame. Shout out to everybody here. Hope you're feeling lovely today. Hope you're having a good day. Feeling powerful, feeling like you can control your life. Nobody's in control of your life but you. The second you say someone's in control, you've given up control. You cannot do that. Don't let anyone else control your vibrational energy. You are the spirit. You are the soul. You are the one that keeps it moving. You keep others moving. Don't let anyone else push you down. You push others up. That's the key. Instead of saying, damn, why are they doing this to me? Say, why? How do I do this for others? You gain your independence. You gain your power. You gain your movement. You gain your momentum. And once you got that foundation, you help others gain the same. You know what I'm saying? You help others gain the same. So look, resistance. That's clear resistance for Bitcoin. And it's a big boy resistance. 21,700, right? 21,500 area is a big deal. We can't get back above 21,005. Expect more downside. We had two beautiful reversal candles on the daily. However, this is turning into a bearish candle. This could become engulfing. 9 hours and 29 minutes, this candle will close. And we showed you this many, many times. We showed the rising wedge, and I said it's likely you break down to the beginning of the wedge. 68% chance that was going to happen. Just like if you flip this upside down, there was a 68% chance this was going to break to the upside, right? Oh, Canada, don't mess with the monarchy, Yankees. I closed my long on EOS when I saw DXY start to pump. Got 55% profit, but if I had left, I would have had over 300%. Damn. Been short Bitcoin and ETH and BNB since last night. There you go. Next thing you know, there will be a Dogo Center. Lifer Dog Center. Dogos. Funny, my daughter calls it Dogos. You said Dogo. The greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing people he didn't exist. Exactly. ADA is a great value coin for the future. I love Cardano. I would hold Cardano for 10 years. Greatest thing to hold for a long-term investment. I believe in Cardano. I've been holding it since 2 cents. I'll continue to add to my ADA bags. Hidden bearish divergence on the 15 and the 7-minute time frame. Thank you for saying that. Hey, do you have any tutorials, videos on how to read technical analysis? Great content consistently. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 275 lovely lifer likes, fam. 665 lifers from around the world. Just one click truly helps find their lifer community and achieve their dreams. Thank you for saying that, love learning. I appreciate it. And remember, tomorrow we teach class. You gotta, if you're gonna have students, you gotta teach class. If you're gonna have a trading group, you gotta teach some class, right? So we teach class the first Saturday of every month, and the Tuesday 3 to 5. Tuesday from 3 to 5. Every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. Every Tuesday from 3 to 5. Every single Tuesday. I've taught that class every week now for I don't know how many weeks. Something like, I think I took a couple weeks off on vacation here and there, but for the last year, I've only taken 1 or 2 weeks off from teaching that course. So And usually there's 10 to 20 people in it every single week, getting that knowledge, getting that education, learning what stochastic RSI is, MACD, supportive resistance, trend analysis, and more. I give you a PowerPoint with a 9-point checklist that I personally created over 7 years of trading the crypto markets. Jump on in, all right? How should a beginner deal with losses? You should use small amounts. You should look at strategies. You should be going after strategies, retests. You should be using alerts as much as possible. If you're not using alerts, you're going to lose a lot. Highly likely you're going to lose a lot if you're not using alerts. Alerts are so important. I have alert tutorials. I talk about how to use alerts. Go through the learning library. Listen, even if you just have $99 and you spend 1 month in my group and then you spend every day in the learning library, I'm telling you right now, there's more information for a whole month. But spend a whole month in here. Spend a whole month in the learning library. I'm telling you right now, it'll blow your mind. There's so much information in here. So much. Look at these diagrams of how to do a breakout, what a retest is. Breakout, it retests the top trend line. That's your best place, right? Talk about resistance, quick fractal magic, identify divergences, right? Death cross analysis, VPVR indicators, addressing the bearish divergence on a Bitcoin chart, talking about when it plays out, looking at different divergences. Look, a 3 commas course, how I use 3 commas, a Fibonacci class, volume 1 on Fibonacci, how to short or long the market, right? How to use the best pattern in the game, the cup and handle, right? Lifer basics on 3 commas and trading view. More trading view, more 3 commas, more information. How do I use all my stuff? And it just goes on and on. It does not stop. And I add to it every couple of days, every few weeks. My other elite put up more too. There's just so much information in here. This is my personal checklist that you get during the beginner's course here. You might want to take a screenshot of that if you have a second. All right. So I work tirelessly to make that the greatest place for you to learn on earth every single day. And it's been doing its job. Honestly, the testimonials have been pouring out like unbelievably. I wake up every morning to more and more testimonials. They're unreal. I feel very fortunate to found this group. Lifer is a phenomenal teacher that he makes it simple to understand for the beginner. I'm still in shock with how quickly I was able to pick this up from knowing almost nothing when I first arrived. It also speaks volumes when others here are able to then go in ahead and teach the next person. Can't say I've made it yet, but I have the fundamentals But I have the fundamentals to build upon now, thanks to Lifer and the rest of the group. So what he's saying is, because people understand it quicker, because I figured out a way to help a beginner quicker, a beginner is able to help another person faster. So the group is growing like 12 monkey syndrome. Like we're downloading faster than other trading groups. We're getting people up to speed quicker than those people are helping other people. The group is showing signs of life. The group is banging out. I'm telling you right now. So really, just found some KDON in my wallet from where Lifer covered it over a month ago. About 75% gains. That's hilarious, man. Add it to the list. The checklist is fire for real. Yep. I would like to learn how to use the coin metrics that are given in the Discord. I don't know what that means. Just found some KDON. That's awesome. People sleep on the learning library. Oh my gosh. You could sit in there all day and just get knowledge. Spend the 99 and your life will be fine. Shout out to Crypto 420. I love that. I was in a couple shorts and closed them in the profit. Nice job. Hey, Sam, God bless. That's the only thing you should think about. I was in a couple shorts and I closed them from profit. That's good. 450 EMA and 200 on April 11th, and we dumped 30%. We had the same cross on the 20th of August. Thoughts? Yeah, it's a bearish cross, man. Shout out to Andrew Simone, man. Dude, last night I paid it forward to you. I hit it huge on SNX and bigger last night. 350% on ETH short. Just some support. Paid it forward, then pay yourself. All love. All in all ways. Let's get it. I appreciate that. And I noticed that you did post the gains. I think I'm in between on like, I kind of want people to see that this dude he made 330. You know, I'm in between on the gains. But, you know, you could show the percentage. You could show how you came up with it. You could say, hey, listen, I looked at the short, bam, bam, bam. Thank you for the $100 super chat. We made gains last night. So people super chat me $100 because the TA was accurate. He then slapped the TA on himself. He's learning. He's starting to pick up the sauce that we're putting down. And so he's in the money. He's in the money. He starts throwing $100 super chats. Life starts to go. So how do you get rich? You help other people get rich. That's how you get rich. You want to become successful? Help other people become successful. Find a way to help others become successful. You will become successful. It's simple as that. If you work 7 days a week to help others become successful, there's no way you won't become successful. Hands down. You will attract the right energy, the right people around you, and you will move. Lifer is going to build a moon base and put Elon and Bezos to shame. I'm a living witness that the learning library is invaluable. Lakochi Coker. That's the key. I'm out through bedtime. Work tonight, brother. I'm out, though. Bedtime. Work tonight, brother. Shout out to Andrew Simone. We love you. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat, man. Much respect to you and yours doing what you got to do. I like seeing how well others do. It's uplifting. Shout out to Mike Miller. All right. So, enough of this. So, look, the daily does want to bounce back to the upside. However, I've seen the daily hang out down here and dump. So, just because it's low doesn't mean we're going to pump. We have to look at support and resistance. We have to look at other indicators. We have to look at the rest of the world market. We can't just look at one thing when it comes to Bitcoin. Could we slightly, possibly double bottom? I don't know. That's a lower low at this point, not a double bottom. We went lower. Expect a higher low, a lower high. So if we bounce back, you're expecting a bearish retest at this point. Okay. We will freestyle later on towards the end, where we're going to give you my special sauce on what I see. I work 48 hours a week, and I don't have a lot of money to trade. I had enough so that my family is covered, but I want to do more. But too worried about using leverage. Buying dips only. Not great. Hello, please comment. Could this be a bear trap before moving up again? Anything is possible, my friend. Anything is possible. Send in the super chats, peeps, and Lifer will go over what you need. A to 3S kind of making a cup and handle. Wow, Lifer. Shout out to Nick FLP. Thank you. Lifer's beginning course is stunning. Lifer's a calm, focused teacher and shares his years of experience in 2+ hours. He teaches his TA style from A to Z, the foundation, and the first step for every lifer. What do you think of China's ecosystem will do to us? I mean, they're trying to do BRICS, break on out. I mean, the whole world economy will take a hit. It is what it is, but Bitcoin will move. Holy moly, Bitcoin is straight. Holy moly, Bitcoin is straight banging on the 1.5 second chart. I'm mad insane. You're so funny, man. Hey, Sam, God bless you. Thank you for pushing me here, even on a rough day. Let's grind it out, baby. Learn, grow, succeed. Shout out to TVA. We love you. Shout out to all the awesome comments here. Lifer, what's up? Filecorn. Let's take a look at Filecorn. Send in your super chat for a deep dive on TA. Support the stream. Lifer gives his knowledge 7 days a week to build and teach the Lifer fam worldwide. Shout out to CNC Ireland. Thank you for saying that. So the daily is overbought. We were looking for a bounce. We look at the 22 hour. 22 hours overbought, but it's getting this curve, this bearish curve there, suggesting that it can't get above the zone. See that? And that's resistance. And you could see the 22 hour make a bit of a double bottom here. So that's looking like something, and that could give you even more of a dump here. So just something to think about. Then you might even see some divergence. You don't have really strong divergence yet, too, on the 22 hour. Nothing really suggesting a bounce on the bigger time frames. All right. The 4 hour just got overbought and couldn't get above previous resistance. It did break the previous high, though. You were high on the Stokes here. You came back up. You did make a high higher than the previous high. So, okay. Then you made a higher low right there. Bitcoin must put in a higher high to remain in an uptrend. See this? I'm calling bearish retest here. See that? Looks like a bearish retest is about to occur. 15 minutes, 4 hours going to curve, and then you can't get above the zone. So this is a big area right here. We're waiting for a massive short. And just like I showed you the short, right? Remember I showed you Bitcoin 3S? Looked like it was making an inverted head and shoulder possibly, right? Look at this. Oh, you want to see it before you have to see it. That's a head and shoulder pattern that could dump on you. I also showed you it's a bear flag. I also showed you 20,800 is the likely move to the downside, right? Chubby thumbs again. My chubby thumbs, man. You know. So we're looking at this here, projecting a possible head and shoulder pattern. The idea is to be ahead of the pattern. Anyone can just show you TA. Can they show you TA before the TA even occurs? Can they project, and how good are their projections, and where and how do you project? I mean, how does someone even know how to project? You have to see years of price action to project. Thanks for all you do. If you have to choose between ADA, Algo, and Crow, which coin would you DCA in for the next bull run? Cardano easily, without a doubt. But again, don't take that as financial advice. You got to make that decision yourself. But to me, it would be Cardano easily. I wouldn't touch Crow. I don't like I don't own any Crow. Even, I know, honestly, they should be big. They should be moving. But they do some shady things. And pulling back on rewards. And I don't know. For the amount of advertising, for the big market cap they have, I should have more faith in Crow than I do. So I don't own any Crow. I'd much rather own Cardano than Crow. I also don't really know much about the owners of Crow. I don't know who the founders are. I never really researched fully who created Crow, who started it. See, I buy people, not coins. When I buy a coin, I want to research the person that created the coin. I want to know their track record. What did they do? Did they have a business before? Was that business successful? I want to deep dive that individual. If I can look them in the eye and shake them in the hand, it would be awesome. I've met Charles Hawkinson. I shook him in the hand. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. Interview with the man himself. And I interviewed Charles before all of these bigger channels did. Hoskinsons. I always say it wrong. Like Hodgkins. Hoskinsons. Hoskinson. You know. Cryptolifer interview with Charles. Right here. Charles Hawkins interview with Charles. So me and Charles have been face to face.
Facebook has to come into countries.
Hold up. 21 minutes long. Hold up.
Has to come in.
Where is the actual interview? Where did I put it? What? Anyway, hold up. Hold on. Because I really did interview him. Now I'm like, where's my interview with Charles? That's us hanging out together. I really interviewed him. You can see we took a thumbnail from it. 114 views 2 years ago.
Facebook.
Look, 114 views, 11 likes. That's what happens. No one cares about you when you're just starting out. Nobody cares. There it is. Anyway, so I've interviewed Charles. He's amazing. I looked him in the face. Bought into Bitcoin today a year ago. Yay. Bro, I'm long on ETH from 1700. Current price is 1580. Do you have any suggestions? I mean, yeah, if Bitcoin can't break above 21,600, ETH is going to take a beat down to the ground. You know, Lifer already said he is expecting more downside. If what we see in Bitcoin is bearish retest, probably 20,800. Worst case scenario, 20,037. Yeah. So look, you're looking for this line. You want to see the price action get back above this trend. You got to bounce. You fell out. You're right there. You're attempting to bearishly retest this line. It would be in a beautiful short right here. That's a beautiful short to open right there, in my humble opinion. If the 15-minute is overbought, yeah, I mean, sketchy times, though. Monday is some of the hardest times to trade. Also, this is a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, as we showed you on the other time frame, too, as well. That could break up to the upside. So it's all about support and resistance here. We're waiting. And again, none of this matters. If Bitcoin can't get above...
some wonderful laws, and it's now the most pro-crypto entire world. And they're going to keep passing laws and make Wyoming a better and better place every day.
That's me and Charles, man, doing our thing. But look at us, eye to eye, man. Eye to eye, baby. And honestly, I have a really good connection with him. I really felt awesome when I met him. And, you know, once you've met someone, look eye to eye with them, it's time to put in the money, baby. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, it wasn't that hard to go all in on Cardano, baby. So I'll hold Cardano 10 years. I have faith in this man. I know what he does. I believe in him. And I know he's going to accomplish what he puts his mind to. So the vibes are real. And I invest on the vibes, baby. I invest on the vibes. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 742 people, 355 likes, $112 in chat revenue. You can see people making gains, throwing $100 in chat revenue. Come on now. Hit those likes all the way up to 700. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I didn't even want to say it today. I don't want to even say it, but if you're jogging, stop for a second, hit that like button, look at your phone. If you're in your car, pull on over, hit that like button. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world, hit that like button. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Law of vibration, wholesome picture there with Charles. I know, right? I grabbed a tiny bit of ADA yesterday, my man. Charles is my hero. Look at Lifer. Missed the hoodie and the chain. Don't care. Not sorry. LOL. You're funny, man. That's not true. J. Cola ahead and shoulders does not care where it is created. If it makes the pattern, it wants to play out wherever it is. We've seen it over and over again. Yep. Cardano is special. A booming NFT space. JELLYCUBES, as crazy as it sounds, is an incredible project. Thank you for putting out JELLYCUBES. So we'll talk about JELLYCUBES on Cardano. And I'm always trying to do deep dives here and figure out information that nobody knows. Laundromat is hot. Lifer makes it easier. I believe you that. Why are you using the 7-minute and the 22-hour time frames instead of the usual ones? Because you get bored after time. Because think about it. Are you a race car driver and you've driven like the 10 meter, the 100 meter, or if you're a swimmer and you've swim like lane 1, lane 2, eventually you're going to swim the other lanes, dude. If you do this every single day, you're going to get bored with the regular time frames. You're going to start, and you're going to know if everyone uses those time frames, eventually the market maker is going to try to swiggle his way into something else. So you kind of have to figure things out. All right. So JELLYCUBES, the block investment group. JELLYCUBES by the BIG. Interesting. NFTradar.com. JELLYCUBES. Hey, you heard it here first. They could be hot. They could be rug pulled. You never know. Do your own research. I don't know anything about it. I've never been contacted by them. JELLYCUBES. Now, I'd have to do my own research too, so I will. Look at each time frame and see how the indicators are changing in each one. Love the stream. Someday I'll be a lifer. Yes, you will. Why not today, baby? Secret Bull Society, baby. It's like a picture book. Bro, come on. Charles, like Satoshi, did the hard work. There you go. I want to join the 99, but classes are at 4 a.m. my time. What are my options? We have a Saturday course that's 9 a.m. So if my 3 is your 4 a.m., then that would be like 9 p.m. for you. So that sounds like a good option. So sign up to the Saturday course, link in the description below. Jump on into Saturday. You'll be ready to rock. All right. So right now, if Bitcoin can't get above 21,300, continue to short the market. It's a bearish retest of this level. And look, that's even a shoulder with a head and a shoulder, even though it's hard to see. It's ugly. It's an ugly pattern. You're not breaking above resistance. You're consistently hitting resistance and unable to break above it. The short is still open. There's really no reason to close the short unless it gets squeezed. It is what it is. Short's in profit. So, and again, you got a POC here that you broke below. And if you break this node, you're heading down here. 20,900. We'll go from there. Now, another thing I want to show you is the Bitcoin all-time history index. All right. We talked about this last night, dropping to the downside, and lo and behold, it did. You know what I'm saying? Shoulder, head, and a shoulder, right? Also, wasn't this a bit of a diamond pattern? And diamonds break to the downside. See that? To me, that was a diamond. Reversal diamond to the downside. And you try to get above a POC, a high volume node POC, and you couldn't. So when you can't get above this area, you dunskies. You head down to the lower. When you break a POC, you head down to the beginning of the mountain. See this? You broke the POC. Where did you go? Right here to the beginning of the mountain. Now, we've since recovered on the 5-minute chart. That's interesting, right? And we're trying to attempt to make a move out of this. But bearish retesting. And a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. 5-minute has a 68% chance of coming back down here. Possible double bottom. We'll go from there. But, see? Now, if I delete everything and I go to the weekly chart, all right, I want to identify weekly support and resistance, and I want to talk about how important it is. I also want to talk about how we must get back above this 200 weekly, the 200 day on the weekly, or the 200 on the weekly, the yellow line here. Every time we go below it, that represents the end, usually the end of the bottom. Like, we don't go much lower. However, look how overbought we are on the weekly, and we're just getting started. And this is a little flag that has broken to the downside majorly. Everyone, all the bulls, people who just, pray and don't look at TA, they're praying for a double bottom. I'm just taking the market any way it goes. If it dumps, then we can short it even more. So if we dump down to 10K, that's a blessing. We're going to be able to short the 3S tokens for gains. You know what I'm saying? And then when we take that profit, we're going to be able to buy Bitcoin at a low. So if this dumps, this will be the greatest thing that happened to my group, because we'll jump into 3S tokens on and off throughout this time. Then we'll have tons of profit to buy into Bitcoin on the low. So this would be the greatest possible scenario if we dump to the downside. For me personally, for our whole group, we could take more advantage. We could get more Bitcoin at cheaper prices, and then we could use the shorts to take the money out of the market. So this would be the best probability if this weekly does dump on us. That's why I don't know if it's going to, because that would be great for retail. Like, that would be good for the little guy. The little guy needs Bitcoin as cheap as possible, right? So the little guy needs Bitcoin to dump. Now, if the little guy can learn how to short, and while the market dumps, while he's waiting for his Bitcoin price, he can actually be getting money that he knows he's going to put back into Bitcoin. That's called a double whammy. That's called a win-win, baby. I'm ready for the double. Let's go. I'm always paying for a double bottom, if you know what I mean. Of course you are. We have a prediction that the market will take an upswing on 23 of August. A guy does astrology and made a 98% accurate predictions. Hey, let me double click with the 23rd of August. So today is the 22nd. So tomorrow we get a bump for Bitcoin. Let me see if that coincides with anything I'm looking at. I mean, the daily does want to push up and the 22-hour does want to push up. 12-hour, 8-hour, 6-hour, kind of all an indecision. 1 hour is just... The 1 hour is showing signs of lack. You know, it can't get above the zone. What I wanted to show you was weekly support and resistance. All right? So I wanted to get rid of the moving averages for a second, clear our minds. So remember, I just want to make it clear, and I say this every day, I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I believe in the next 5 to 10 years. So I shouldn't say that. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go in the short term. In the next 5 to 10 years, I believe it will be well above $250,000 and more. That's my belief. Again, I could be 100% wrong. That's what I believe. All right. So look, we have heavy support right here because the weekly had resistance and we bounced off the previous resistance. Beautiful. Beautiful, right? And then when we zoom in here and we look, why didn't we go much lower? We have heavy support here where these candles closed. It's also a POC right there sticking out and we bounced off of it. So if we break this POC, that's a bad move. So basically, you see 21,000, 20,900 break. Because look, this is resistance, 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 bounce, bounce. It's almost a double bottom there in a way. You know what I'm saying? And you can see the point of control sticking out on the VRVP, Visible Range Volume Profile, or Visible Profile Volume Range, however you want to call it. VRVP, VPVR, right? So here's the deal. Expecting a bounce here, honestly, you know. I see the bearish retest in there. That's looking nitty gritty. See, the smaller time frames can kind of teach you. So you break this, you're just nowhere else to go but to the next bottom. At least to this low here at 19,000. So you break 21, you're going to 19K. It's pretty simple to me. There's no weekly support holding you down, you know. Yes, I know Waka Zucker. I joined his group. It's very cheap. You're so weird, man. Block these people. Why do I see this stuff? Yeah. Okay. That's right there, Sam. Knowledge is like that is amazing. Most people charge for that stuff. Amazing education right here. Thank you for saying that. Big monster head and shoulders on the 1 second chart. Be heading deep into the crypto. Bitcoin can be under zero. I don't think so. I agree. A dump would be fantastic and allow me to fix my mistakes recently. There you go, baby. I'm always praying for a double bottom, if you know what I mean. This guy made me read it twice. Thanks, broski. Much love. Shout out to Kevin Baker. Shout out to everybody here. How are we doing on those likes? Are we pumping them up to 500? Okay, we're on the way. 750 people, 448 likes. We were getting 900 people on the live. Come on, don't not 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Let's get 5 steps forward, 5 steps forward, 5 steps forward, 5 steps forward, baby. Come on now. I'm here every single day, not taking days off. I suggest you do the same if you want to be good at anything in life. No days off. The person that doesn't take days off will beat back anybody else who claims to be good at it. Anyone can claim to be good at cryptocurrency. We don't have to say anything. We show up every single day without a day off. Everyone else takes a day off at one point. I take an afternoon off. I take a moment off. I don't take a day off, you know. Still showing you the shoulder, this head, and this possible inverted head and shoulder. That could break to the upside. The measured move is right there. That's why I'm keeping that at 21,005. That would get us above this resistance. Highly unlikely. I'm bearish until I have to be bullish. Like, I'm still in a short. There's really no reason to close the short, you know. Possible look, shoulder, head, and a right shoulder here, forming on the 15-minute. Getting oversold on the 15. 1 hour is bearish, can't get above the resistance zone. Likely to drop down here to the bottom of the channel at least. Look, up, down, up, top of the channel to the downside. So you watch the 15-minute and see if it can get above resistance. If it can, then it's going to change the story. If it can't, then you short the market. So it's pretty simple. You watch the 15-minute right here. If you go one more time and can't get above the zone, short the market. All right, I would even be shorting now. There's just more signs of a short than a long at the present moment in time. All right. Please analyze S&P when you can. It's a potential bounce. Yeah, we look at the ES1 S&P mini futures every day. Let's take a look at the S&P here. And I broke it down for my trading group earlier today. What we talked about was it's in a falling wedge that breaks to the upside 68% of the time. Beautiful. We needed this to break out. We called the bottom down here. There was an inverted head and shoulder, cup and handle. We got that move. We found our resistance here and resistance here and resistance here. We knew that it was crucial that the S&P got above my green zone here. This, right? We played with it. We fell down. We did get above it. It was a beautiful idea. It was awesome. However, this rising wedge continued to the upside. So look, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. You had a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. You had bearish divergence that we talked about. Swing up to swing up, but here it's kind of flat, not the same. That was trouble. You have a rounded top here. You had a rounded top here, though, and you bounce. You had a rounded top here, and you bounce. You had a rounded top here, and you bounce. So it's kind of rounding top, bounce, rounding top, bounce, rounding top, bounce. You're oversold in the 4-hour time frame, and your previous resistance becomes new support. That could be an SR flip for the S&P. Now, is Bitcoin decoupling? I don't know. You know, there's anything could happen. S&P could bounce for the first time, and Bitcoin could dump. Anything is possible. I just want to make that clear. You have to be open-minded to know that could be the decoupling. That's a good sign because then we could get out of the zone if the S&P dumps back down. But, you know, for the most part, they're still coupled right now until they are not. So I'm not suggesting they decoupled. I'm saying it's a possibility, though. So no big divergence, but we do see hidden bullish. Swing up to swing up on the S&P, swing down on the RSI. That is hidden bullish divergence. Tells you that the trend will continue to the upside. We should make a higher high above 43,330 to remain bullish. When you move at the speed of light, like Lifer, time condenses into infinity, and the 1 minute of charting is an entire universe of insight. It really is. Shout out to Jamie Zeno. I agree with what you're saying because there's no time doesn't exist when you're a lifer. You can extrapolate information out of any single structure, you know, 1 minute to the weekly, to the daily, and you can transcend all different time frames. It's amazing. Check the Bollinger Bands indicator on Bitcoin. We'll take a look at the BBs for a minute. So, hidden bullish divergence, add a resistance, add a support. So it's pretty simple. This gets a bounce, which, you know, 68% chance this is going to bounce on you to the upside. So you have a 68% chance that you're going to bounce. So you have a 68% chance that somehow Bitcoin's going to get lifted out of its dismal position here. The daily could push up on you. You know, send super chats, peeps. Hook this man up. 4,100 and 4,400 is possible. What's your opinion? I don't know, man. I see. Let's get to 10K first before we talk about 4,400. Like, let's get to 15K first. You know what I'm saying? Let's go level by level. 22,340 and 22,650 made a perfect neckline. If it's not up to your standards, that's cool. But I got paid on that, and many others like it. Shout out to my man, Bartholomew Smurfington. Do we have a chance on Bitcoin to go to a higher high? Anything is possible, baby. What trend are you talking about? What time frame? You know? There's more than one trend going on at any given moment in time. Do you want to get over proud but have shown me a life of what I am after? I am like super glue now with this group. I love that. Don't want to get over proud, but you have shown me a lifetime of what I am after. I am like super glue now with this group. Shout out to Dennis Pienzanka. Zanka. Yeah, I think that's what I got. MACD is -2. No FA yet for a higher high. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Exactly. Do we have a chance for video? Wait for August 26th. Funny, man. No, August 26th is going to be the day. Hey, anything is possible. I'll take it one step at a time. S&P correction was expected, but crypto is really overreacting to this. Agrees. Can we check out Hex on KuCoin? But maybe some ETH off the Labs banger and looking to swap. Shout out to Billy McDonough, man. Nice work on Labs, dude. 1,000 difference is invalid. Great trade, but don't pump that. Whatever, man. I'm signing up as soon as I get off work. Shout out to Mario Valvia. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Gallo 3S Cup and Handle formation. We'll take a look. Guys, send in your super chats. We won't have a show if I sit here and read through the chats. It just won't happen. It can't happen. We got too many people now in the chat. We're blessed, right? So it can't happen. Shout out to the $5 super chat from my man, Billy McDonough. We'll take a look at Hex. Not on KuCoin, but made some ETH off the Labs banger. Looking to swap. for sure. Should look at Hex for ETH then, right? Hex ETH. I got back at EOS, made 96% profit, looking to get back in when it retraces. My best friend did me wrong. I've been struggling mentally to move forward, but your daily stream fills me with positivity and keeps my heads up. Dude, that dude wasn't your best friend if he did you wrong, man. He was playing you the whole time. He wasn't your best friend. You'll find a best friend one day, and your best friend will never you'll die with that best friend. So he wasn't your best friend, man. Don't label things that aren't real. You know what I'm saying? He was a scammer from the jump. He just got close to you to take you for what you had, you know? Or he was your friend at one point and he got deluded and something happened to him. That does happen, so I apologize. You know what I'm saying? EOS pumping on inverse head and shoulders. Thank you. Lifer's Choice, LOL. Shout out to Roddy Robinson. Thank you for the 199 super chat. I love watching Lifer. I'm on here every time he is live. Thank you. It's nice hearing talk while I trade J. Cola. Tell him, Sam, I needed to hear that. Lots of 3S making cup and handles on the 1 hour time frame. I'm watching you from 2 months every day now, but never made any trades in my entire life. Hey, that's smart. Just get the knowledge, train the subconscious mind, and then get yourself ready to take advantage of the market. So, look, that's hidden bullish divergence on the S&P. Bartholomew, what do you think about the hidden bullish divergence on the S&P? Suggesting that we will bounce to the upside. Also, the 1 hour is extremely oversold. Slight divergence right here. Not powerful, though. The 15 minutes also oversold. Like, if the S&P does not pump, I would be surprised. The 1 hour, the 15 minute, and the every single time frame is oversold. Every single time frame. We're expecting a bounce. Now, we can bounce, and it doesn't mean everything. So if we bounce, we got to get above this zone and bounce. So you don't want to see the S&P get rejected by 4,200. 4,200 was a big deal. We captured it, got above it, and moved up. Now we're below it again. It's now heavy resistance. So if the S&P can't break back above 4,200, expect more downside. Simple as that. Expect more downside. You do see bullish divergence on the 15-minute time frame. You do see bullish divergence on the 15-minute time frame. What is bullish divergence? Let me show you real quick so you know. There's also hidden bullish on the 4 hour. So we have some divergences too that are in play. Right now, I'm just going to lift the RSI up a little bit so you can see. You take this swing to this swing, and that's an extreme downtrend. But this swing is an uptrend. That's divergence. 9 out of 10 times, you'll get a bounce off of this to the upside. I'm expecting a bounce on the S&P, which would mean this is an inverted head and shoulder beginning to form here. This would be your shoulder. This would be the head. And we make a right shoulder to get ourselves on out of this. This is just something to think about. We'll keep this on the radar too as well. Trading is just like chess. You project as many moves as you believe that your competitor will make, and then you make ideas based on that move. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, I almost got depressed due to crypto channels I was following, but since I started following your channel a few days now, I feel relieved. Thanks, man. Now I know that crypto is life, baby. What up, what up, what up? Hit the likes, man. Listen, shout out to Stanford Mind Co. LLC with the 199, always sending in a super chat every single day. Much love to you and yours. Thank you so much. Shout out to Andrew for throwing down the $100, really getting it in. It's the people that take my teachings to the next level. They're the people that really give back. They send $500 super chats, $100 super chats. It's insanity. They get the education. They put it to work. They start making gains. They start throwing it back to the lifer. It's unbelievable. Bitcoin from the bottom at 17.7 and second bottom at 20,008. Talk about the possibility of a double bottom. We already did many times, like 17 times in my life. I'll talk about it later, but the Punisher, I've talked about it many times. They're just dumping the hell out of the S&P into beyond oversold. Exactly. And when you see that, you got to go to the smaller time frames and look for bearish flags, bull flags, see what's happening. So look, you go to the S&P now and you see like you're making this kind of, see this? You're in this flag. So now you identify your next resistance point, which is 41,087. If the S&P can't get above 41,087, boom, expect more downside. You see that? You identify your local support and resistance on the 5, 7, 15. And you live and die by those levels, and they will lead you to the short. So shorts and longs begin on smaller time frames. They bleed into the bigger ones. Understanding this concept is so key. Okay? Understanding this concept is so key. Will you show the hidden div on the 4 hour T, please? I did already, though. I've done that many times. You can go back to the beginning of the stream. All right. It's right here. Look. It's right here. You're swinging to the upside, but the RSI is swinging to the downside. Hidden bullish divergence. Okay. Swing to the upside. RSI swinging to the downside. Hidden bullish divergence. So based on hidden bullish, based on the bullish of the 15, and based on the idea that we could get a bounce, and we're oversold on multiple time frames, I'm expecting a bounce on the S&P, which would influence Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to look at the 5, and I'm going to tell you, yes, the probabilities expect to bounce, but then I use support and resistance. So I know my probabilities, and I know that, but anything is possible. So now, if S&P can't get above 41,087, I'm going to short no matter what the probability is. You get it? Because that's the resistance that must be broken. That's how you trade this market. I just gave the special sauce away. All right? That's how you trade this market. Let's take a look at the show here. Shout out to how many people we got on the live now. We got 800, 758, 516 likes. Everybody, you got to keep pumping that like. I used to ask for it all the time. Lately, I've been lackadaisical about it because I don't want to talk about it. I just feel like you guys are going to do the right thing. You guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I know you'll do the right thing. I know you will hit the like button. I know you will get us to 1,000 viewers in the next month or two, at the very least. I know it. So I put my faith in you. You know, I've already put my faith in each and every one of you. I show up every day knowing you're going to show up every day. What if each and every one of you just decided, you know what, not today? And I showed up and there was 100 people here. I would be pretty sad, to be honest. After I raised the bar up to 700 people live, it wouldn't be fun to see 100 people on the live. So keep pumping it up. I am sensitive. I do like to see growth, and I love progression. I'm addicted to progression. So keep hitting that like button if you want to progress with me. Keep going. Let's raise the vibration to the highest level ever. Let's get people to the stream. Let's get 1,000 people to the stream every single day, baby. All right. When the bull run happens, this show will be in the 5K on the live all day long. There's far more leverage pushing this down up than up at the moment. I agree with you. But you do see more liquidity at 21,005 now, suggesting we will go up and grab that order book. You see? They've shifted a little bit to a fatter order book at 21,500. And then this 22,000, look at that sell wall. That's spoofing. I believe he's going to move that around. He's just kind of parking that for now. Spoofing is when a large whale puts a big order, but in their mind, they're never really committed to actually filling that order. They're just keeping it there to create fear or a move or to create some type of power over the market. That's what spoofing is. Setting positive vibes to the lifer. If we are really entering a downtrend, then the market could flip up and trap longs before the dump, because markets never follows retail's expectations straight. This is just my opinion. I don't think this is the retail expectation. What I say, I believe, is it's not retail heavy in the market anymore. Retail has been crushed, I believe, right? Retail doesn't really know what a bearish retest is. You see? Right now, we're bearishly retesting this trend line. You can see it. We fell below it. We're trying to get back in. Very likely, we dump to the downside on this move here. That's also making the right shoulder, as you can see. Clear as day. Possible diamond forming on the 7-minute. Sam, do you think the hash rate buy signal that flashed recently? It's funny. I do use the Bitcoin hash rate, and I used it on and off a year ago. It's funny. As you grow, you remember indicators, then you forget them. And you're like, oh yeah, I used to use the hash rate a lot. And then I forgot using the hash rate. Hash ribbons right here, right? We'll slap on the hash ribbons for a second. See what they say. You got to look at them on the right time frame too. Yeah, so look, we got the hash ribbons flashing a buy signal on the daily time frame. Let's go over that. It's funny, I know so much about TA. It's funny, TA is like a maze that you've gone through many times in your life, and certain things you've talked about, but look, so it gave a buy signal here. That was a beautiful buy signal to the upside. Look at that. Boom. Huge buy. However, we were very low at that area. Let's just see if these buy signals are ever wrong. Right there, it gave a beautiful buy signal. That buy signal was perfect. Here, it gave a buy signal that was a temporary buy for a mini pump, but it still got you that mini pump up to 14K. I'll always remember that day in my office. I'm sitting there in June. I watched my account go up huge, like you could have. I was like, what? And then slowly in the afternoon, and then a week later, it was like I gave it all back, and I was like, what the? Crypto has done so much to my mind. It's insane. I remember where I was at certain times at certain pumps. It gave you this bottom here for the pandemic. It gave you this right here, and it gave you that right there. Now, I also called the bottom here, a bottom call, and it gave you that call there for the pump to the upside. It's screaming a buy right now, the hash ribbons, screaming a buy. Very interesting. Now, I've used the hash ribbons many times in my life. you know, and they can come in handy. This is the daily time frame. Let's take a look at what the 4-hour suggests. It's crazy, screaming a buy signal for Bitcoin. I'll tell you what, the S&P is looking for a reversal. That would pump up Bitcoin. I don't know if we bought them before. Honestly, I can't tell you if we bought them or not. What I did show you is I dug up some indicators. The 800-day crossing the 50 to the 100, the pi cycle bottom, the Gaussian channel, right? And even there's other YouTubers out there, Steve from Crypto Q University, that somewhat his indicators also agree with those indicators that I've been putting out. So I'm not the only one where there's many indicators screaming that there may be a bottom. Also, I showed you that when the weekly was high that last time, we still pumped out of control. All right. My wife, who's also somewhat like psychic and has a crazy, I don't listen to her. Like when it comes to, I listen to her every day, but not when it comes to trading. But she's been having dreams lately, and she's like, Bitcoin's going to pump huge. There's a huge pump coming for Bitcoin, she said to me. And I was like, what makes you say that? She's like, I just have these dreams, and I don't trade on those ideas, and I don't want you trading on them either. But I will tell you that my wife is really spiritual, and she has this connection to the world in a way that is I can't really explain. So, I'll take it with a grain of salt. Like, I look at the charts, you know what I'm saying? We don't get above 21,500. I don't care how many dreams you have. It doesn't matter. It's all hogwash to me. But, just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? She just getting a feeling, But again, do not trade on feelings. I shouldn't even mention that stuff because it's detrimental, right? So, where do I stand for today? I'm bearish. I said really clear. I'm bearish unless we get above 21,400. Even now it's 21,003. I see a head and shoulder forming here for sure. And we projected this right shoulder even before it was even beginning. Okay. Yeah, so snooty. Snooty TA. We saw the shoulder before the shoulder even began. How dare you tell us about a head and shoulder? We saw the head and shoulder. We were drawing the head and shoulder when the head was half even made. We didn't even know it was made. We were like, head and shoulder pattern. I'm just joking. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. All in long due to Mrs. Lifer. Yeah, funny, man. 19K is real. And it's smacking its head on the 50 to it. Her dreams are good enough reasons for me to throw down. You're funny, man. Tell Wifer to pick some Powerball numbers. Let's do damage. Right. I've been having the same intuition. Not trading on it, but watching. Shout out to your beautiful wife. Shout out to Crypto K on, man. I love you. Thank you for saying that. My grandma was clairvoyant, and I feel like my grandma was a clairvoyant, and I feel like there's a bump coming. You're so silly. My grandma was a psychic, and I just feel it. It's coming. Yeah. So ridiculous. So I'm still short on Bitcoin right now because I have to be. Week time frames, overbought, 4 hour, 1 hour is not showing signs of life, 15-minute meandering, can't seem to get above resistance. You got a bit of a double top here now, top for the 15, and you're at this POC. So all eyes on the POC right now. Point of control. You break the point of control at 21,200, you're headed down at least for a double bottom here at 20,009, right? And then we showed you too how big that is because the weekly support and resistance, you break 29, it's like you go to 19K. We showed you the weekly support and resistance. I hope you took a screenshot of those. When I show you bigger time frames, I hope you're pausing the screen, or I hope you go back and pause the screen. Remember, every video that I put out is time-stamped. Shout out to Charles, man. I had a good time with you, bro. He's such a good dude. I can't wait to meet him one day. I'll be like, remember when I met you in New York City at a summit, Tuesday night, 27th and 7th Avenue? It was, October 22nd in 2019. He'd be like, no, but keep going, Bitcoin will boom, but not today. You're funny. Double check DXY, please. It's pumping top to June. Yeah, we're going to get into the DXY now. And everyone, you need to look at the dollar index every single day of your life if you're trading Bitcoin. Super important. Let's take a look at the DXY. And we had it mapped out yesterday. Funny, we even said that it would break out of this channel. We found this group. We found this measured move. It's just how good TA works. Look, we found this measured move, which was the length of the pole to the previous line. So this could break out to the upside and go to the measured move. And look at, boy did it. It's crazy. There's like $3 indexes. Okay, so this is what we were talking about yesterday. I saw the DXY pumping. And I said, great, it got above resistance, but can it keep itself from getting above here? I was about to say, I did this on a chart recently. So here we go. This is what I was talking about last night on the live stream. I said I do see a pump for the DXY. And I even, last night, I said it looks like we're going to continue to pump for the dollar index, right? And we did pump. And I even had this idea. So let's get rid of all my squigglies. They're insane. I'm a madman, I tell you. I'm a madman. You would be too if you did this every single day. Imagine if you did TA for hours and hours a day. Imagine how much your mind would hurt. Some days my wife's in the store and she's asking me questions and I'm literally like this. A lot of times people are asking me normal questions like my mother and my father, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, and I'm trying to convey to them, I'm like, if you ran a trading group and you had this much coming at you and you had all these people's responsibilities and your whole mind was on the charts, like you would not be able to think about what you wanted to drink in the morning. I prioritized my brain, and what I did is I did something a little detrimental, but I prioritized it to only be there for the trading group and my family, my family, but it feels like only the trading group. And so when I go to do a regular task now, I need to take myself out of heavy focus, which I'm in subconsciously at all times. So I subconsciously train my brain to be in heavy focus for the group. So now when I do regular things, it's like difficult. I know it's crazy, but like I'm walking around the supermarket, I feel like a zombie lately. I'm like, people are like, do you want cinnamon bread or white bread? I'm like, I don't know. I'm still thinking about Bitcoin right now. I have really basically sacrificed my regular life for everyone in the trading group, and I love it. I love it. Don't worry. I love it so much. But it did do something to my brain. Like, it really did. Like, I've changed my entire brain. Like, it's crazy. I know how to have hyper focus now, which is great. So what we want is we want to double top here. We want to double top. We do not want to see the dollar get above here. And we're watching this so closely. We get above the zone. That's Bitcoin getting smoked on that weekly time frame and then going to 19K. We get rejected here and the S&P bounces, everything changes. All right. So that's a double top right now at my resistance. We're overbought on the 4 hour. We're getting very overbought on the daily time frame. Okay. And that's telling you that we should get a drop to the downside. Let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour also. So you're overbought on every time frame. The 1 hour, the daily, and the 4 hour. At resistance. Double topping. Looks like Bitcoin could go on a major rally here. The last time that dumped, that was Bitcoin's pump. That's 17K, and that's all the way to 25K. It looks like we're forming another bottom. You see? Because boom. So we don't know what's going to happen, but I'll bet your bottom dollar that if the dollar doesn't get above my green zone here, see, no one knows where price is going, but as technical analysts, we know where to trap price, and so we know what levels to watch. We know what double bottoms are. We know what long-term resistance is. We know where to find it. We know how to react to it, and we've used it in our lifetime many, many times. I've watched price not get above a resistance and shorted the market. So if this starts to fall to the downside, which looks likely, look at the hash ribbons also giving this a buy signal, though. So how accurate are they? If they're giving a buy signal for Bitcoin and for this at the same time in their inverse assets, gives me a little bit of a worry. It is the 1 hour, though. Let's look at the daily. It gave you a buy signal there, and we did bounce off that. Funny, it gave you a buy signal there. We did. Hash ribbons look deadly. But again, the buy signal already occurred. See that? Or is it it's still trying to... to me, it already happened, You're overbought on the daily, the 4 hour, and the 1 hour. And you're at resistance. Everybody, if you're into Bitcoin huge, and you want to pray for this not to get it. You want to see the 108. You don't want to see 109, 110 dollar. You see 109 something, that means we got above the zone, all right? So look, we'll be fair. You see 109.17.5. You get candles closing on the daily 4 hour above that, my green box. Not a good idea for Bitcoin. Not a good look at all, all right? This could go parabolic then out of the rising wedge to the upside. And you can see parabolic city, and that would be a dump for Bitcoin. So by looking at the dollar index, like Bitcoin, if this dollar index can't get above the zone, then Bitcoin can't dump. It's pretty simple, all right? So remember these concepts that we're going over every day here on the channel. Then we're going to take a look at Bitcoin dominance. That also wants to dump to the downside. It's getting very overbought on the daily. You don't want to see tether dominance trying to dump too. If they're both trying to dump, it's usually not the best sign. All right. So we're getting mixed signals. Yikes. So the dollar, actually, this is actually a good sign. I'll tell you why. When tether dominance dumps with Bitcoin dominance, what does that mean? Anybody? You can figure out this logically if you slow down and you logically think about it. What is Bitcoin dominance? It's how much money is in Bitcoin compared to the altcoins and Ethereum, right? So if there's less money in Bitcoin dominance, it means money's going into the altcoins, okay? Now, Bitcoin dominance can also drop if just all the money leaves crypto in general, then Bitcoin dominance will leave. So Bitcoin dominance drops for two reasons. When the whole market dumps and everyone leaves crypto, and when Bitcoin dumps and people get stopped out of altcoins and get into Bitcoin, all right? It also dumps when the altcoins pump and people sell out of Bitcoin into altcoins. When you have an alt season, when you have an alt rally, Bitcoin dominance drops, okay? Sam, you're on fire today, man. Amazing energy coming through today. Awesome, brother. You are doing amazing things. Always proud of you, man. Shout out to Roddy Robinson. Thank you so much. Alts will pump if Bitcoin dominance dumps. Exactly. Not every time, though. The whole market could dump, too. Creeper peeking. Boring Bitcoin. You're funny, man. Creeper peeking. Someone creeping behind me? So Bitcoin dominance wants to dump. All right? And Tether dominance wants to dump. So if people are going to throw away their tether, and people are going to throw away their Bitcoin, then what the heck would they be buying? Altcoins. So this is showing that there could be some type of alt movement coming. And now once you figure that out, you slap on ETHBTC to carry over the conversation, all right? Now, if ETHBTC starts to look bullish, then you have yourself a party. You see what I'm saying? And now you start to figure out what's going down. So look, I'm just going to delete all my work on ETHBTC, even though it's bullish. We're seeing good stuff. I just want to look at it fresh. Fresh. Bit of a cup and handle forming. You should feel that way, Roddy. Nice socks, by the way. Thanks, man. I love your energy. I'm glued to cryptolifer. Thank you so much. Let's check on those likes, everybody. How we doing? 608, 822 people. You did it. See what you did? By keep hitting that like button, you got 822 people here. Keep going, everyone. You are in control. You're the ones that are doing this. It's not me. I'm showing up every day, and people are getting something out of it. And we're creating a beautiful community. Yes, there's going to be haters. Yes, there's going to be outside. There's going to be people that don't understand me. There's going to be people that join the group. Listen, there's days I put out 10 charts. Then Bitcoin dumps, and all 10 charts dump to the downside, right? Then we put out some gains, and someone says, oh, yeah, only 2 of his 10 charts bumped. I read a comment yesterday. The guy was attacking me. He's like, this guy puts out 20 coins, only 2 hit. He's a con artist. Honestly, we're going to get attacked by people doing that every single day. They may join the group. They may be in the group for a month. They may have. Now, honestly, if you join the group and all you do is try to take all the setups and they go down on you, technically, you could join the group and never take one setup. You could get an education and do your own setups. A smart person gets educated in my group, just uses my setups for education, sees what pumps, sees what dumps. If I put out a setup and it doesn't go well, that's an educational moment. Look at what happened. Oh, there was resistance. Oh, the 15-minute couldn't get above the support. Oh, and then even though the 4-hour looked good, we ended up dumping. Oh, the 4-hour and the 1-hour looked good, but the daily wasn't. The daily took control. The daily pushed down on these other time frames. Oh, the daily stochastics can have that much pressure. I should write that down. That's something I should remember. So a smart person doesn't attack anybody. They use every situation to gain knowledge. An ignorant person, a person that's kind of emotionally damaged, attacks other people every single chance they get, right? So I realize that the people attacking me are people that I can try to help if I can, but at one point I must move on. The last few weeks I've been getting attacked recently because I got more popular, right? With popularity becomes, it's like you're going deeper into the water where there's more sharks. There's more, So lately I've been getting hit constantly with a lot of stuff. And I got slandered on YouTube. Like someone claimed I said something I never did. Just a lot of craziness going on. It's a constant battle. So I just need all the help and support I can get every single day to keep doing what I do. I called the short last night. We nailed it. I want to be able to do the same thing tonight. I want to be accurate tonight, tomorrow, the next day. And that takes extreme skill, support, love, and everything that we do on this channel to achieve. So I just want everyone to know I appreciate you, really, at the end of the day, because it's each and every one of you. With your love, I don't see the hate. You guys are light in darkness. So with your love, I just don't see the hate. You know what I'm saying? So look at ETHBTC. This is jumping on board, forming a beautiful kind of symmetrical, I say bull pennant even, that's a bull pennant to me. And it's getting tight, showing signs of life. Now, the 4-day isn't there, but it's screaming a buy. It's screaming a buy. So stochastics, they can get a little confused on bigger time frames. I have shown, look at the 3, that's weird. The 3-hour time frame. So maybe we do bounce. Maybe we come down lower. Funny, it sounds like that chirp to my old Netflix. Not Netflix. What was that phone we all had? Nextel. Who had a Nextel? Yo, 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 yo. You could chirp your friends if they were in your chirp circle. It's kind of cool because it was a cell phone with these chirping abilities. I don't know if anyone has a Nextel anymore. I only see it on like construction sites now. But when I was in 2001, which was 20 years ago, everyone had a Nextel phone. 2003. I can't believe that was 20 years ago that I had a Nextel. It's just so strange. Like that was new technology. Everything was fresh and new back then. I went to Italy and they all had the new Nokia phones that we didn't have in the United States. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Bleep, 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 yo, yo, yo. Who remembers their Nextel phone, baby? That's how you know you're a dinosaur. You know what I'm saying? So could we break out and get a retest? That could happen. Or because the 3-day take us down here. But either way, ETHBTC looking very bullish. Looks like it could go 2x on Bitcoin and beat up on Bitcoin. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. I don't need to hear about an ETH merge. I don't need to watch 100 YouTubers. I don't need to sit there and go over the news, talk about the ideas. I'm telling you right now, this will tell you what ETHBTC will be doing. This will give you the probability that's most likely, right? So the daily is oversold, ready to pop for you. The bigger time frames are not. So, you're hoping that you can get above resistance. You have resistance here at 0.89478 Satoshi, all right? And remember, these are in Satoshis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many Satoshis is ETH worth? It's worth 0.7 Satoshis. It's worth 0.07 of a Bitcoin. All right. The flippening is here. Honestly, whenever I hear that, I laugh so hard. And I'm going to tell you why. All right. I'm going to just tell you why. Check this out. If we get up to a certain amount of likes, I'm going to explain something that many people don't explain. We get to 850 people on the live. We get to 650 likes. Make it easy. We just need 650 likes, 850 people on the live, and I'm going to tell you something amazing. Love always wins. Sam, the Lifer family hit 3 subscribers today on the stream. You and BB built it with love, and we all came. Thank you. Can E3 retest 17,000? Very short term, like in 1 to 2 weeks. Anything is possible, my man. I'm new into crypto and bought my first crypto 1 month ago. I started with $120 and sadly lost $50. Finally catching up on strategies. But my main problem is patience. Hey, man, one step at a time, Infinite Stars, one step at a time. Does a NASCAR driver take a beginner's course driving a car and jump onto the Indy 500? No, he does not. I don't even know if the Indy 500 is NASCAR. That's how much I don't know. But you know what I mean. So the point of the story is you just got to start somewhere. Okay? You got to start somewhere. So looking at the DXY, someone's claiming it's pumping hard. It doesn't matter what it does as long as it can't get above my resistance here. It's got to double top here. This is it. It's got to. It's a nice pump. I get it. There's always a last pump when people run in at the end. It's always the last minute emotional people at the end. I mean, that's a rising wedge. Breaks down 68% of the time. You could say it already broke up parabolic, though, in a way. See this? The rising wedge broke out. We must get the double top, everybody. We must get the double top. This is going to seal our fate for Bitcoin in the next, 6 to 8 hours. We get above here and bounce. No good. We get up here. We get rejected. Okay. This is it. We're going to trade on this ideas. All right. Show Sammy the love. He's the most caring and thoughtful TA in the game. Shout out to Kevin Baker. I love you. Eyeballing a rejection from 109. Exactly. Sure, I've learned a lot just watching right here. Finally getting my 50 loss back. I just have to wait and let the strategies win instead of the emotions. Exactly. Love is a lady. Funny. Lifer was interviewing Charles back in 2019. If I was back then, I would have picked up ADA at 0.3. I wouldn't make that mistake again. Dude, I did, man. I knew exactly what I was doing back then, man. I've always had conviction in my research. I do heavy research, and then I'm convinced about my research. It's all about research and conviction. I always tell someone the time they spend leverage trading, they could have been researching projects, DCAing, and really getting knowledge about the space. Leverage trading really just steals your brain. When you're done doing it after 4 to 5 years, you might have a pile of money, but you don't know anything. And what's the point, Knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. Anyone can make money. I'm telling you right now, you can make and lose money. It's okay. Knowledge will keep you, if you get the right knowledge, like right now, look at my knowledge. I can go anywhere and set up my beginner's course. And people around the world want that knowledge. I could probably teach that beginner's course for 20 years. That knowledge will produce money for me for the rest of my life. You see what I'm saying? So gain knowledge. Just don't, so you could leverage trade all you want. All you'll do is gain money. By researching coins, by doing deep dives, you will gain knowledge. And by gaining knowledge, nobody can take that away from you. And so that's why I'm not huge on the leverage. And I don't mind now. I'm going to be less on who does it. I used to be like, the leverage police. I don't care, man. Do whatever you want, right? Who cares? What other people do is none of my business. And what people say about me is none of my business. You know what I'm saying? That's a good saying that someone used to say on the stream. What they say about me is none of my business. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Huge group here at 11:33 p.m. And we got some super chats to deep dive. We're going to talk about Hex. Sweet Lord Sam, that's not NASCAR. I know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I told you that. Bitcoin bumps when DXY pumps or dumps. Bitcoin dumps when the dollar index pumps. You do not want the dollar index getting above this resistance. It gets above resistance, we have an issue. I see rejection of a double top here. This would tell me to long Bitcoin right now. Hands down on the daily time frame. So, if this rejection continues at 109, we're in the money, baby. We're in the money. So I want to see this continue to dump. This is a double top of the dollar index. Highly likely it doesn't get above the zone. All right. And there you have the focus. Everyone's saving cash, but I just bought 1,500 Bone Shiba Swap. You will all watch Shib FOMO. I own Shib and Bone and Leash. I own all three, baby. Every new level in life has a new devil, but we support you to the max, lifer. You're one of a kind, baby. Dude, it's funny that you said that. Every new level has a new devil. I'm telling you right now, I reached a new level the last week. We hit the 30,000 subs. We got into another mode. And honestly, man, it started coming at me harder than you ever would have believed. And you think I would have been the happiest person ever. And I have been. But lately, it's just like, oh, man, just the barrage on Twitter is just enough to get someone going. I'm telling you right now. I can see how people get into Twitter holes and just, My father trains people on the job. He always tells people that no matter what happens with the job, they got to keep that knowledge. It belongs to them forever. Shib, Bone, and Leash, LOL. That's exact. Yo, your father's the man, dude. Shout out to Normal Guy, which is my man. That's the pastor, man. Showed my kiddo a regular dial phone a while back. It was funny to see her confusion. Like, what? I got a rotary phone here in the room. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones today, struggling down 435 points. And look, it got rejected. This is no good because, look, this was the rising wedge that we talked about. And once the rising wedge started, I was like, well, can we make a flag, right, for the Dow? The only difference is the S&P is bullish. The Dow isn't. So it's weird. Like Bitcoin is oversold on the dollar, on the daily. The Dow wants to dump on the daily. So they're not correlated today for sure. But look, I mean, this represents that we're going to dump. And look, you're right at resistance here. So see how the Dow Jones can't break the zone. I mean, it can, but you see? Resistance at about 33,176. You break 33,200, 33,175. You're coming down to this area here at 32,360. All right? It's not the worst thing in the world. It is, we're finding our way. And look at trend. Low, you had a high, you had a low. You had a higher low, you had a higher high. You just need to put in a higher low to remain bullish for the Dow Jones. So the overall bigger trend is okay. So you could come down to here and then get a bounce up. So you did put in a higher high, you did put in a higher low. It's a really good sign. However, unless you get back above here, the whole trend doesn't matter, right? That's your next resistance point. But right now, we're seeing some struggles for the dollar on the daily time frame, daily pushing down on you. 4 hours extremely oversold and does want to bounce here. And I can't stand the gaps. The gaps on the Dow Jones are so annoying for me. Like Bitcoin. That's why I love trading Bitcoin. You don't get these gaps. You get beautiful price action. Because they close on the weekends, you get these two-day gaps in price action. And then you're supposed to follow the TA. It just doesn't really work. TA works way better when you don't have gaps in price action. So you broke this bottom trend line today, for sure, in my humble opinion. So now you're looking for a bearish retest. You got to get back in there. You could be making a shoulder, a head, in our right shoulder now too. So the Dow Jones has to get back above this resistance right now to remain bullish. It's that simple. It does say it wants to pump on the 1 hour time frame, so that's good for the overall markets. Maybe we'll close down 200. So it suggests we might be able to get a bit of a bounce back to the other way. You're oversold on the 15, and you have a little bit of Class C bullish divergence. That's a swing down. That's a swing down. It's like the weakest divergence, but it is Class C bullish divergence beginning to form here, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. 759 people, 699 likes, $141 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. So we did hit the shorts last night. If you watch my channel at 10 last night, we did hit all the shorts that we put out. Nailed them for gain. So, and these are I only put out 3 charts last night. I put a Bitcoin short out. I put a Gala short out. I put a DOT short out. I put a Phantom short out. I put a Matic short out too, which didn't hit as well as the other ones, but it's still up 10%. Every one of these hit more than 10, 23, 16. To make that overnight, to go to bed at 10 at night and to wake up at 8 or 9 in the morning to gains, and that's gains in our sleep. That's what we do here on the channel, gains in our sleep, baby. Now, I've had KuCoin for 5 years. Someone's asked me a question. I don't even know how I got distracted and started answering a DM. I should never be answering DMs during the live. It's insane. But so many people hit me up lately. I'm like, I want to answer this question. I want to answer that question. I want to help that guy. I want to help that person. Were you a salesman before? Never in my life. One time in my life, I tried to do sales. I put a suit and tie on when I was 19. I was an actor. This guy, we were doing commercials. We were shooting them we were shooting a kind of like we were shooting a series, a TV series. One of the first TV series way before Netflix ever even came out. This guy was kind of a genius. He was disheveled and a horrible gambler, but he was a genius writer, and he really knew how to create amazing things. And he was a South Philly guy, Joe. Shout out to Joe Gadavage, man. I don't know what happened to him, like crazy dude. But whatever happened to Joe Gadavage? I met this guy in the streets of New York. He was like, "I'll make you a famous actor," you know, la 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 la. He's kind of a shady dude, honestly. But he was, he taught me the ins and outs of the show business. He did The Last Gamble with Catherine Narducci, Undertaker's Dozen, I was filming this with him in 2003. Back in the day, I started making this with him. And what he wanted to do in Undertaker's Dozen, he wanted to sell commercials this was on cable, local cable. This is actually a really good series he made with a lot of good actors in it. It was low, it was independent, somewhat low budget. I thought it was done really well. It was shot and edited well. I had a really good time being a part of it. This guy, Jack Caruso, he's been in a lot of different films since then. He was in The Departed. This guy was a nice guy, too. He taught me a lot about acting. The Last Wise Guy, Public Morals. He's been in a bunch of different things. Look, he was in, right here, The Irishman. He was in The Irishman. I actually have a scene with this guy who was in The Irishman. I have been in movies, small independent films, so I started trying to get into the movie business. That's what I was doing in New York City. All right. I eventually realized I was better at behind the scenes and the camera work. A lot of people just didn't understand how to do the depth of field, how to do the f-stop, and I gravitated towards the tech. I ended up behind the scenes. Even though I always wanted to be a cameraman, I always wanted to be in front of the camera, but I ended up behind the scenes. And I met so many people throughout the world, man. And in New York City, I was in the independent scene for a long time, man. Funny. There's your boy right there, right? My man Jack with Ben Kinsley. Jack's a great guy. One of the nicest people in my world. I'll tell you a story about Jack. I remember I'm with him. He's 41 years old when I met him. And we're downstairs, and he had just had a child. And he was saying he was folding the kid's clothes, and he had his first baby when he was 41 or something. He's like, and I just started crying. He's like, I couldn't believe how small a little baby's clothes were, my man. Because actors are awesome people. I used to sit, when you're waiting for your scenes, you're sitting with the actors behind the scenes, and you're waiting. And, the lifer is an actor. I was on a talk show like Jerry Springer one time. Facts. Crazy, man. Sales is undervalued profession, in my opinion. People confuse salesmen with common. Yeah. Anyway, so let's get back into the brass tacks. What people really want to know. You know, this is funny stuff. But shout out to everybody here. 141 and 33 cents. It's always the 33. Follow me around, baby. I appreciate that. So look, the dollar, the Dow Jones struggling. Can we get a bounce? It must get back above 33.7. It's 33.77, of course. It's the two numbers that have been following me around all month. The Dow must get back above 33.77, 770. You know what I'm saying? All right. So Bitcoin got a pump, but it's a weak pump at best, right? But it does have some legs. Can it get above this resistance? I mean, this is the shoulder, the head and the shoulder that we talked about, right? The measured move will take you even a little higher here, right to there. It's always like matches the resistance about 21,700. Can we get above the zone for Bitcoin? You see this? I'm bearish if we cannot get back. I am bearish if we do not close a candle above 21,007, 21,005. Simple as that. Simple as that. However, the 7-minute does want to push to the upside. I know we got a lot here. Well, look. This is a flag. You see it? Here's your bottom of your flag. Here's the kind of top of your flag. You see it? Everyone see the flag? Bear with me here. I got a lot of drawings at once. There's your measured move. Right? See that? Hard to see, but it's there. And see, that's a skill too. Can you see it all through it all? Like, it's just insane. Now, we might just double top here. We need this dollar index to dump. So, you're watching the dollar index chart right now. And you're watching, like, this is like sudden death overtime right now. It really is for us, for people that are in crypto. I'm an announcer. We're going back. It's 1 minute time frame. Can we get, oh my God, the dollar index is going to push that resistance. Oh my God, no. 109, no. No. It can't get through this green zone. It can't get through, but it can't close a candle. We do not want to see a candle closing. It's a big deal. This gets above, it's going to affect Bitcoin. It doesn't get above, it's going to affect Bitcoin. You see that? We're at it. This is a crazy Monday. This is why I always suggest not even trading Monday morning and Sunday night, because it's just so volatile. Now, people salivate because there's a lot of moves and they want to get in on them, but you got to be careful, you know? Did San see my super chat? Probably not. If you're asking, probably did not, you know? Actually, I haven't seen one in a long time, honestly. I don't think it went through, dude. Sloan B. Every new level in life has a new devil, but we support you to the max, lifer. You're one of a kind, baby. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Just one more time, just really proud. Bought into Bitcoin today, a year ago, August 22nd. Hey, good for you, man. I love that. Let me see if the 23 August upswing prediction is true. I'm confident, though. It was all completely fake. They tried to get us to fight with each other. So ridiculous. That's so funny. It was called the Bill Cunningham Show, and they flew me and my girl out to New York and everything. It's so funny, man. Bull flag DXY 30x. If DXY breaks the resistance, Bitcoin will fall. More than likely. Hello, lifer. The ADX level is below 25. Bitcoin is super volatile now. Exactly. Most volatile it's ever been. Craziness. Absolute craziness. I do have a few alts up my sleeve. I'll be willing to bring them out right now. So look, Bitcoin's pumping. But again, if it can't get above this resistance, expect more downside. I don't really care. You know, we could even extend this level. Look. Did you break out? You know, resistance. If you don't see Bitcoin, I'm going to say, I've said it. How many times have I said it now? And so I remember that. I'll say this 18 times in a row. I'll say if Bitcoin can't get above 21, then tomorrow I'll put out a post. Bitcoin looks bullish in the 4 hour. Some will long, and then if it can't get above 21.5, they'll stay in the long, and then they'll get beat to the ground. And they're like, but you know, I don't care what we post. I don't care what we show on the 4 hour, whatever happens. You always have to remember that if we put a line in the sand area on support and resistance, that has to be kept. So if I say, hey, if Bitcoin can't get above 21,500 or expect downside, and 2 days later, I put out a bullish chart and we're down here and you pump up and you can't get above 21,500 and you don't open a short, you know what I mean? So people hear me say that over and over again, and they don't listen to me. It's just so crazy. It's crazy, right? Or I say things so much, it blends in one ear and goes out the other, and they forget what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with time. You'll get better at interpreting the information. Why did you get into crypto when you could have just taken over Joe Buck's job, in my opinion? Because I want to do both. I'd like to do both. I'd like to take Joe Buck's job over and do crypto. So I'd like to do both. Yeah. If anyone could send this to a big company and say, hey, we got your next announcer. The guy's ready to go. And I'm perfecting how to not to use profanity. I can go 2 hours without using profanity, right? I don't say anything to offend anybody. I know what I'm doing. And I'm basically, this job is getting me ready for my next big job as an announcer. God, wish he would take over for Joe Buck. So many people can't stand Joe Buck. You know, Joe Buck's dad was an announcer or something. Like he wiggled his way right in there. If DXY is pumping, then why is Bitcoin not dumping now? They're not going to happen exactly at the exact moment in time. Bitcoin kind of is struggling, can't you see? So either the dollar index is going to get rejected by this line and start to dump, or it's going to pump above this, and they're going to see the dollar dump. Like, we're at a standstill right now. All eyes on the dollar index and Bitcoin. This is crazy. This is a Monday. This is Monday trading. Broke on the 30s, TXY. Looks like an inverse cup and handle on Bitcoin. Yeah, Jack Buck. Everything will pump. Eagles fan here. Shout out to the Eagles. Can't believe you guys beat us in that Super Bowl. To this day, oh man. Sam only cusses when he talks to me. So how long can you keep 3L and 3S coins? Does it matter? From what I understand, you can only keep them short term. Yeah, I would only keep them 2 to 5 days at the most. At the most. I don't think I've ever had one open more than like 3 to 6 days. Bitcoin is just one risk-on asset. The DXY pumping is affected by global currencies, plus much higher market cap risk on assets than crypto. Just one click truly helps others find their lifer community. Packers for life. Leave Slow Joe out of this. Ah, come on. We're not saying anything about that. Come on. Don't even go there. We're so much above that two-tier system. All right. So let's talk about a coin that I got on my radar right now. All right. And coin, when this song comes, I know it's the end of the stream. I always end the stream when this song comes on. You guys notice that? And it's such an ending song. It's like, all right, Sam, time to sell away, baby. Time to go off on your own, baby. You know. So I talked about Apple breaking up to the upside. I put it out to the group recently.